Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tia Joy and it is a blessing to have you. I pray that you all are having an amazing day or night whenever it is the time that you're watching this video. So around 2 something this morning, it was 1:26 a.m. this morning. I was in 2 Samuel chapter 11, okay? And the Lord began to speak to me and prophesy, for me to prophesy on the word in which I am about to give today. Okay, so I'm going to just read 2 Samuel chapter 11, and then I'll jump straight into the word. Okay. It happened in the spring of the year, at the time when kings go out to battle, that David sent Joab his servant with him and all of Israel, and they destroyed the people of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. But David remained at Jerusalem. Then it happened one evening that David arose from his bed and walked on the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman bathing, and the woman was very beautiful to behold. So David sent and inquired about the woman, and someone said, "Is this not Bathsheba, the daughter of Elam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite?" Then David sent messengers and took her, and she came to him, and she lay with him, and he lay with her, for she was cleansed from her impurity, and she returned to her house. And the woman conceived, so she sent and told David, and she said, "I am with child." Then David sent to Joab, saying, "Send me Uriah the Hittite." And Joab sent Uriah to David. When Uriah had come to him, David asked how Joab was doing, and how the people were doing, and how the war prospered. And David said to Uriah, "Go down to your house and wash your feet." So Uriah departed from the king's house, and a gift of food from the king followed him. But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house with all the servants of his lord, and did not go down to his house. So when they told David, saying, Uriah did not go down to his house, David said to Uriah, "Did you not come from a journey? Why did you not go down to your house?" And Uriah said to David, "The ark of Israel and Judah are dwelling in the tents, and my lord Joab and the servants of my Lord are encamped in the open fields. Shall I then go to my house to eat and drink, and to lie with my wife? As you live, and as your soul live, I will not do this thing." Then David said to Uriah, "Wait here today, and tomorrow I will let you depart." So Uriah remained in Jerusalem that day and the next. Now when David called him, he ate and drank before him and made him drunk. And at evening he went out to lie on his bed with the servant and his lord, but he did not go down to his house. In the morning it happened that David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah. And he wrote in the letter, saying, "Set Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retreat from him, that he may be struck down and die." So it was, while Joab besieged the city, that he assigned Uriah to a place where he knew there were valiant men. Then the men of the city came out and fought with Joab, and some of the people of the servants of David fell, and Uriah the Hittite died also. Then Joab sent and told David all the things concerning the war, and charged the messenger, saying, "When you have finished telling the matter of the war to the king, if it happens that the king's wrath rises, and he says to you, 'Why did you approach so near to the city when you fought? Did you not know that they would shoot from the wall? Who struck Amalek, the son of Jerubbesheth?'" I'm trying to pronounce it as best as possible. "Was it not a woman who cast a piece of the milestone on him from the wall, so that he died in Tebez? Why did you go near the wall? Then you shall say, 'Your servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also.'" So the messenger went and came and took David took David all that Joab had sent by him. And the messenger said to David, surely the men prevailed against us and came out to us in the field. Then we drove them back as far as the entrance of the gate. The the ark is shot from the wall at your servant, and some of the king's servants are dead, and your king's servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also. Then David said to the messenger, thus you shall say to Joab, do not let this thing displease you, for the sword devours one as well as another. Strengthen your attack against the city and overthrow it. So encourage him. When the wife of Uriah heard that Uriah's husband was dead, she mourned for her husband. And when her mourning was over, David sent and brought her to his house, and she became his wife and bore him a son. But the thing that David had done displeased the Lord. Okay, so what happens in 2 Samuel chapter 11, David sees a beautiful woman that caught his eye with his Bathsheba, okay, and sent for Bathsheba. And when Bathsheba came to David, he lied down with her and she got pregnant with a child. Okay. Now, what you hear on in chapter 11 is David trying to set Uriah up. Okay. Where he says, and David said to Uriah, go down to your house and wash your feet. So Uriah departed from the king's house, and a gift of food from the king followed him. What he tried to do was basically set Uriah up to go lie down with his wife, because he just got back from battle, right? So that he could lie down with the wife, so it could be a setup, so that they wouldn't know that it was David's child. But Uriah didn't do that. Okay? Uriah didn't do so. So because Uriah didn't listen, King David set Uriah up to be killed. Okay? And then it goes on in chapter 12 where Nathan comes to David, right? And he's like, the Lord is displeased with what you have did. You did something to displease the Lord by sleeping with a married woman and bearing a child with her. So the Lord's wrath is upon you. And so Nathan says to David, no, so David said to Nathan, I have sinned against the Lord. And Nathan said to David, the Lord also has put away your sin. You shall not die. However, because by this deed you have given great occasion to the enemies of the Lord to blaspheme, the child also who is born to you shall surely die. Then Nathan departed to his house, and the Lord struck the child that Uriah's wife bore to David, and it became ill. David therefore pleaded with God for the child, and David fasted and went in and laid all night on the ground. Then the elders came to him and trying to get him up off the ground, but the child ended up dying. Okay, the child ended up passing away, and the Lord's wrath was upon him. So Nathan told him that the Lord will spare you your life, but you will feel his wrath because of what you did. And the Lord struck the child that Bathsheba was carrying, which was David's baby. Okay, and it was a boy, and he struck him, and he fell ill and he died. Okay. And so what the Lord gave on to me, I was like, okay, the Lord started to speak. So this is a prophecy that will come to pass. Okay, I am just a messenger. I am a prophetess from the Lord, sent on behalf of the Lord to give this message. Now, I sat with this, and the Lord has been speaking, and He said that He's increasing the gifts of His prophets and His prophetess. Okay, and people will say the Lord does not speak like that. The Lord is not going to give such message. Well, the Lord is giving such message. Okay, take this word back to the Lord. Like I said, I'm just a messenger. The Lord, I said, Lord, I feel it in my spirit that you are speaking these things to me. And I'm like, Lord, I need confirmation because I'm going to my channel with such a word. This is a deep word to give. And so the clock read 222, which is flame of God. And then immediately it was 223, which means Uriah. Okay, which means Uriah. So that was the Lord giving me confirmation. And then I also spoke and I was like, Lord, is this a message I should give? And he said, and it was so. The Lord said, and it was so. So the word that the Lord gave unto me is, there is a man, okay? This is a man of God who slept with a married woman, okay, and got her pregnant. And what set up the woman's husband to be killed because they did not want this to get out, okay? Um, the Lord had me write, this is a man in power, okay? So this is a man of importance. I don't know who this man is. I was not given a name or anything. The Lord just says that he is a man of God and that he's in power. So maybe he is in the church or something. I don't know. I don't know that. The Lord just said it's a man of God in power. He feels like he could have what he wants, and he took matters in his own hands. Okay, so he took matters in his own hands, and like I said, he seen this woman. He lied down with this woman, and the woman is pregnant with his child. Because he is a man of power, okay, which means that he is known. That's what I just keep getting. He is known, and he don't want this word. He don't want the word to get out that he impregnated this married woman. He set up the woman's husband to be killed. Okay, this is what the Lord has given unto me. Okay, and the Lord had gave this man another chance as far as sparing him his life. But this child in which the woman is pregnant with will become ill and the child will not make it. Okay? This is the word that I got from the Lord. Okay? I'm just reading over my notes. Okay. And also, the punishment to this man is not only that the Lord will strike the child and the child will become ill and not live. This man's punishment will be living in pain. Okay. It says this man tried to get the woman husband to lie down with her so that the baby could pass could pass off by being his. But the woman husband would not sleep with his wife. He was set up to be killed because the secret would get out that it wasn't his child. Okay, so that's exactly what I explained. I read 2 Samuel chapter 11 and 12, and the Lord began to speak to me. So I am just the prophetess coming to give this word. There is a man, okay, that is high in power, okay, that walks with the Lord, but he displeased the Lord by doing this very thing, which is sleeping with a married woman, okay, and bearing a child with this married woman. For the secret would not get out, this man had this woman's husband set up to be killed. Okay. And the punishment of this man would be the Lord striking the child, for the child to fall ill, and for the child not to make it, okay, to be unalive. This man punishment for the rest of his life, he will feel pain. And then the Lord gave me another confirmation in which he took me to Psalm 38, okay? A Psalm of David to bring to remembrance. And Psalm 38 just goes on to say, O Lord, do not rebuke me in your wrath, nor chasten me in your hot displeasure. For your arrows pierce me deeply, and your hand presses me down. There is no soundness in my flesh because of your anger, nor any health in my bones because of my sin. For my iniquities have gone over my head. Like a heavy burden, they are too heavy for me. My wounds are foul and festering because of my foolishness. I am troubled. I am bowed down greatly. I go mourning all the day long, for my loins are full of inflammation, and there is no soundness in my flesh. I am feeble and severely broken. I groan because of the turmoil of my heart. Lord, all of my desire is before you, and my sighing is not hidden from you. My heart pants, my strength fails me. As for the light of my eyes, it also has gone from me. So there is sickness. There is sickness that is coming upon this man as well. Um, there's sickness that's coming upon him, and the light of his eyes has gone from him. That means that, you know, he's done something so bad that he is reaping what he sowed. You know, he his sin was so great and it was so evil. You know, the scripture that says, if your eyes are light, your whole body is light. If your eyes are dark, your body is dark. He did something so dark, right? It says, my loved ones and my friends stand aloof from my plague, and my relatives stand afar off. His friends and family, they stand afar off. Well, they will, because this is taking place. What I went over and over, I want to say this: when I was sitting with the Lord, the Lord was basically saying, like, letting me see that this woman is still pregnant with this child, and this child is going to fall ill and pass away. Okay, and then once this happened, this man will fall ill, and because of this news and all of this, the family and the relatives will want nothing to do with this man, and this man will be embarrassed. Okay, and he will just be pained. He will be pained in heart, and he will be pained from his health. Okay. Those also who seek my life lay snares for me. Those who seek my hurt speak of destruction and plan deception all the day long. But I, like a deaf man, do not hear, and I am like a mute who does not open his mouth. Thus I am like a man who does not hear, and in whose mouth is no response. For you, O Lord, I hope you will hear, O Lord, my God. For I said, hear me, lest they rejoice over me, lest when my foot slips, they exalt themselves against me. For I am ready to fall, and my sorrow is continually before me. For I will declare my iniquity. I will be in anguish over my sin, but my enemies are vigorous and they are strong. And those who hate me wrongfully have multiplied. So with that being said right there, this man is in continually in sorrow. He is continually like asking for forgiveness, right? And the enemies that he had before is nothing like the enemies that he will have now. He will have way more enemies because of this very hateful thing, this very disgusting thing that he has done. Um, Those also who render evil for good, they are my adversaries because I follow what is good. Do not forsake me, O Lord. O my God, be not far from me. Make haste to help me, O Lord, my salvation. So this man is crying out to the Lord, asking for forgiveness, for the Lord to not rebuke him, just crying out for help and being remorseful for what he has done. Okay. Again, I'm just a messenger, and I'm coming to bring the word as the Lord told me to. I have to be obedient. And people will say the Lord will not speak like that, or the Lord will not give us such a message. Well, the Lord is speaking. The Lord is giving a message. Okay. This is a man that was walking with the Lord, who slept with a married woman, okay, who impregnated her, okay, and got rid of her husband due to this secret, okay. And his punishment from the Lord is the Lord striking this child that will become ill and that will pass away shortly after becoming ill. Okay, and the man's punishment will be him living in pain, with him having lots of enemies, with people coming after him, and with him falling illness, and with him falling ill and sickness coming over him. Okay, and family and friends will walk away from him. Okay, this is the word that I'm giving. This is sent on behalf from the Lord. I am the messenger. Take this word back to the Lord. I will never, ever, ever, ever come to my platform, okay, and speak things that are not true. This is what the Lord gave unto me last night. I sat with the Lord, and this is a very heavy word. And I'm like, Lord, that is a very heavy word. I'm like, I know you said you were increasing the gifts of your prophets and prophetess. I know that you are having us to come give such messages, and I have to be obedient. This is a hard word to give. It really is. It's sad that the baby had to go through something like this, right? But it's the Lord's doing, because this is the punishment that the Lord has given unto this man, right? Because he did something so diabolical. The Lord has said, speak, Holy Spirit. The Lord is saying, you shall live in regret. You shall live in pain, because what you did was something so displeasing to me. This man was walking with the Lord and know the Lord commandments, and to step outside of that and to do something like this, the Lord says, then I am going to do something that you will have to remember. A pain like no other that you will have to live in every single day, that you will not be able to forget. The Lord is not playing. The Lord is not playing. His wrath and judgment is upon many in this hour. This is the word that I came to give. It's a very hard word to give. And I just had to be obedient. Okay, this is a very specific word for a man out there. And I just keep saying it because I'm just like, wow. A man out there that slept with a married woman who is in power, that took matters in his own hands. Okay, that think he could do whatever he wanted to do, just like, because King David, he's the king. He was the king. He was the king. And kings be in power, and they get to, say what, what happens and what happens and what doesn't happen. They take charge. So this man is in power and took matters in his own hands and did something so diabolical like this. And this will be his punishment. This is the message. Until then, stay blessed, stay focused, and stay obedient. I'll see you guys next time.